Okay, Maeve, are you ready?
I'm nervous.
Maeve, we've come to that part of the podcast where the guest helps us answer some questions. Remember, we got 2 visitor centers.
Yeah.
People can text us, call us, etc., etc.
I'm ready.
This segment's called We Get Questions. You haven't seen these yet?
I don't think so.
No, because I didn't give them to you.
Okay. I was like, did I miss that?
No, here we go. First question.
Okay.
Hey, we're heading out in October.
Ooh.
We prefer cabs.
Okay.
Any suggestions on where to go?
Coursey Graves.
Great answer. Check that one off.
Yeah, check that one off. But Sonoma cab is not to be discredited.
No, we have a good cab here.
Really good cab.
Moon Mountain's got great cab.
I was going to say, if I have to choose my other favorite, it's Moon Mountain
that's
AVA.
kind of what we're famous for. And in addition to Coursey Graves. So by cabs, we're assuming they mean Cabernet. And by Cabernet, we're assuming Cabernet Sauvignon. There is Cabernet Franc. But that's the one.
Is that your French accent?
Yeah, Franc. Can I try out for the show?
I think it's it's fully cast, but maybe next time.
Bonjour, girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So so there's a lot of good Cabernets here. Almost every winery will have some form of a Cabernet. And to your earlier point, it's hard to find bad wine here, right?
Yes.
So most wineries will have it, but Moon Mountain is especially known for their Cabernets.
And like if you're in that real Cabernet conversation, I could talk all day about Cabernet. Like Sonoma, high quality, really good Cabernet, and like not the Napa prices.
Correct. You get the good quality with the better price.
It's not to be discredited
And a smile.
at all. And a smile.
And a smile.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's a good one.
Okay.
Good answer.
Next.
Hey, this came into someone walked into our visitor center. So they said, hey, what are those green structures that look like ponds that line the sidewalks on the plaza? What are those green? And
They look like ponds?
They look like ponds not prawns, but ponds like chess
water?
piece. So it looks like this,
Oh.
like a chess piece. These little green things.
Are they lights? I don't know.
That's a great question, right? So you've seen these around the plaza.
Yeah.
They look like it looks like a chess piece.
And they don't have any water source.
Right. So what those are? They're called bollards.
Bollards?
A bollard.
Okay.
And a bollard is
bollard?
it's a bollard, eh?
It's a bollard.
Oi, governor. Oh, it's a bollard. So what the bollard
You
does?
steal that from the Brits? What did you do?
Maybe it's French. It's a bollard.
Oh, bollard.
Oui, je suis le bollard. The bollard does a few things. One,
Horse? Tie up your horse?
Well, that's a great idea. I
Okay.
like that. We actually do have a horse tie-up on the plaza.
Oh, I know. My girls think
Yes.
it's like the jungle gym monkey
Right.
bars,
Oh,
and it's
top
about
it
to
on.
fall out of the earth.
I
If
will
one
br-
more kid's birthday party happens on
I
that
will
side
bring
of
that
the
up.
plaza.
I will bring that up. So it's one way we hide electrical outlets.
Okay.
On the plaza for
That makes
farmers
sense.
markets. It also creates a delineation along the pathways, and it keeps cars and things from driving into the plaza at times. Bollards can be used that way. So
bollard.
it's a bollard.
It's a bollard.
Oi, governor.
Oh.
So now you know about bollards.
I just learned something new.
We get the most random questions at the visitor center, and we have to answer for all of them. We're like, yeah, that's definitely
Just like that was the most important thing to ask
at that moment. Of course it was. Okay, ready?
Yeah, something else.
We
Don't end on bollards, please.
Yes. It's about a curb. No.
Oh, great.
So we mentioned last time we have a tasting pass, the Sonoma tasting pass. We did our commercial. It's available online. San Giacomo Vineyards is part of that. But we got a text message. People text us 707-996-1090, and they asked us, 707-996-1090. Hi, we are looking into your tasting pass, but I wanted to ask how it works. One, do we make online reservations with individual wineries after purchasing the pass, or do we walk in this Saturday when we plan to visit?
Okay.
And it's a 2-part question.
I'm following.
The second part, we will have a 9-year-old girl with us. Do we only purchase passes for the adults, or will she be able to sit with us at the tastings, or are there age restrictions? So first one is, if you get the tasting pass, do you need to make reservations? And the second one is, I have a 9-year-old. Does she need the pass? And will she be able to go to the tastings?
Are they French?
You know what's weird about that? I can't tell from their accent and their writing.
I'm just saying, maybe the 9-year-old is going to
So,
taste.
yes, if you're French, you need a pass for the kid.
Yeah, like, you got to pay.
So for the record, working your way backward, you don't
Sorry,
need
in
a
the
pass.
United States, you have to be 21
Right,
to
you
drink
do
alcohol.
not need a pass for your 9-year-old because your 9-year-old can't drink.
Okay.
Unless
Unless
you
you allow them to drink.
Right, in France.
In France.
Here, you will imperil the license of the business.
And the ABC is not fun to go
and
up
they
against.
will not be happy to hear that. So yeah, your
No.
child does not need a pass.
But can the child sit with them?
Yes, so most tasting rooms
Mm-hmm.
will allow well-behaved children They always say well-behaved children and dogs.
Because I hear it too. People say it. Well-behaved dogs, children. And what person is? I mean, I'll say my dog is not well-behaved. And
My kid's a total ass. No.
No, my kids are kids.
My kid's a maniac.
I think my kids are actually very well-behaved,
Right.
but they are children.
My kids are not behaved, and they're 19. So yeah.
I like to tell people, like, I'm a mother.
Right.
Do you want to go tasting with your children? And then they're like, well, and I'm like,
Right.
so here's what I. Yeah.
So here's the answer. If some children can, of course, children are often welcome at tasting rooms with some caveats. 1, if there's space. 2, if they're not disruptive. 3, if they have access to an iPad and Wi-Fi. But something to keep them entertained. Wine tasting, often it can be interesting for kids, especially though if you're like in a winery, in a vineyard, and you're someplace where they can go, right? But a tasting room,
Right.
which are a little more direct to like, we're just going to drink wine and talk about it.
Yeah.
Not a lot for kids.
If you're talking about on the plaza too,
Right.
Hey, do your tasting, grab a bottle, and go to the plaza.
That's exactly
You
it.
can drink alcohol in the plaza.
You can drink on the plaza, and I hear there is a horse tie-up that
There's
you
a
can like
horse
tackle.
tie-up and 2 playgrounds and a duck pond. Your
It's a
kid
lot
can
of fun.
fall in.
Yeah,
Anything
all the
can
time.
happen.
All the time. The duck pond, cleanest water you can see. So yeah, go to go. You can
And
bring
there
your
are
kid.
family-friendly wineries.
Of course.
So we always give those recommendations.
Right. Actually, the irony is wine tasting with kids is best when the kid is like 6 months and below, because it's
Not
the,
mobile.
It's the cat with no legs for now.
Yeah,
that's
not
like right there.
mobile or iPad age where they just are
Right
thrilled
there.
to have
Right.
an hour.
They're right there.
Yeah.
And then going to the first question, you can make online reservations. Most of the tasting rooms around the plaza are accepting walk-ins, but you have to be flexible enough that they might say, can you come back in an hour or two if they're slammed at that moment. Reservations are always recommended.
Yeah, and now is the best time, especially if you listen to this and you're in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Come up because you can probably get in most places.
You can just
and that's
roll
gonna
right
change.
in. It changes
And
in
it's
the
getting
summer.
really busy in the valley.
Yeah, in the summer it picks up, and we're moving that way
We're gonna
to
have a
the
busy,
weekend. Yeah,
busy
so
season.
let's make the roses good. All right, here's another one. Whew, you passed so far. You're 2 for 2, 3 for 3. I'm a mathematician.
The bollard! Don't forget about the bollard.
Oh, I got
Poor bollard. It gets no respect.
Chimney. Okay, so where's a good place in Sonoma to take your dog on a nature walk?
Everywhere? I don't know.
Yeah.
Pick up their poop?
Yep, better pick up after your dog.
I think the Overlook Trail you can. No? I see. I'm maybe
Do you guys have a dog?
We have a dog. We
Yeah.
just walk him. I mean,
Just around.
we go to Maxwell. There's the
Right.
regional
That's
park
exactly it.
in Kenwood.
Sonoma Valley Regional Park.
Yeah.
You can bring your dog there
Yeah.
on a leash, and there's also a dog
There's
park.
a really good dog park there.
It's a huge dog park.
It's a good one.
I mean, that's the good one.
That's the good one.
And it's you're right. It's in I think it's between Glen Ellen and Kenwood. So it's
Yeah.
Glen Ellen kind of
Yeah.
area. Ernie Smith Park has a dog park, and
do?
you can walk dogs there. Further afield, Helen Putnam Regional Park is in Petaluma. If you want,
Yeah,
if you want
I've
to
heard
leave the
that's a
valley.
really good one, too.
Yeah, most of the regional parks will have some access for dogs on leashes, but check because sometimes if there's
and
animals,
also
go. I'm listening. Give me your opinion.
don't walk
Hot
your
take.
dog without a leash.
Oh, you should absolutely have a leash on your dog.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. No,
Don't mean who. We
mean-
all know those people.
we know who we're talking about.
It's just you don't know what the dog is gonna do. You don't know. So I mean, our dog loves our kids,
Right.
but doesn't like other kids.
No,
very
because
much.
other dogs can react negatively to
Yeah.
places they don't know.
Yeah.
There's coyotes out there.
There's coyotes.
There's
Raccoons will mess your
raccoons.
dog up. Our
There's
dog just got
snakes.
skunked.
The skunk in the spring. It's because the baby skunks are coming out and they don't know how to control their spray. So that's what. Yeah, right now everything smells. It's Sonoma aroma out there, man.
It's so bad.
Yeah, when your dog
He
gets
got
skunked,
wrecked.
what did you do? How did you wash him?
We did everything wrong. And growing up in Half Moon Bay, I'm familiar with getting dogs
Right.
getting skunked. We did
actually-
everything you shouldn't have done, but it was 3:30 in the morning.
Oh my god!
So it was like, Andrew, what? And we're like, and like he
it
got
gets
it.
in your nose. It gets in your
Well,
nose.
he
That's
got
why.
and he got it right in his dog got it right in his eyes. So they go temporarily blind. So he's like a mess. He's all over the couch. We're trying to get him just
Of course, he's jumping on the couch.
in the
Yes.
get him in the bathroom. We get him in there, and like the thing you're not supposed to do is start washing them.
And you washed him.
And I washed them. So here we are.
Okay,
with our
so
choices.
that's what happens
So
if you
keep
don't
your
bring
dog on a
leash.
leash. Well, it was in our backyard, but yeah, I mean, it's just like it's just keep your dog on a leash.
Keep your dog
There's
on a leash.
bicycles.
You're right. It's like the same people who bring their dogs into Home Depot, and
What?
Yes, people
Okay.
bring their dogs into Home Depot.
Well, I don't live in the big city, so I live in Sonoma. We don't have a Home Depot here. We go to Friedman's.
Touche. In the large depot place.
okay,
and,
that
and then you're carrying like a 50-pound sack of something. And you're
Trip
like,
over
why?
a poodle.
Yeah, why is there a dog here? But anyway.
Okay. Got any more questions?
Also, Bartholomew Park and Sonoma
Bartholomew,
Park.
okay.
Yeah, I can do it right there. So put your dog on a leash
And pick up the poop.
and pick up the poop. That could be a new musical you could write.
They would be coming in droves.
Scene number 1. We open on a bollard. Okay, here we go.
Pollard. Way to bring it back.
Here we go. Okay, here's the next question. We're heading out in June, and we're looking for smaller boutique wineries in the Sonoma, Glen Ellen, Kenwood area.
Okay.
Prefer Pinot Noir and Rhone varietals. Thanks. Via Facebook.
Corsi grapes.
Oh my God, Percy Graves, which is just so happens to be above the Glen Ellen, Kenwood area. Okay.
However, I can give some other answers.
Oh, can you?
I think so,
Okay,
right?
punch
Am I
out from
allowed
course.
to?
Of course you are. Go.
And you said small boutique.
Small boutique
Yeah.
in the Sonoma, Glen Ellen, Kenwood area. Prefer Pinots.
So
and
many.
Rhones. Okay.
The other thing is Sonoma is known for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay.
We are. So lots of Pinot.
La Rochelle is small. and
Oh, La Rochelle's
boutique.
a good one. Good job. Okay.
Rhone, Hamilton Family Wines.
Okay. Not named for the musical, but named for a family named Hamilton.
Right.
Ironically,
Yes.
Hamilton the musical is named for a guy whose name was Hamilton.
And it's like weird, right? It's like Smith.
What are the odds?
How could they all be related?
Hamilton's a cute one. Also, there's a bunch of small wineries up there.
Bunch. I mean, just
Yeah.
go, and then there's all.
Right.
I love Kenwood for tasting.
It's a good spot.
Yeah.
It's Kenwood's got a section there in downtown Kenwood. They have
Downtown Kenwood.
they have
The
about,
bustling.
They have about 6 or 7 tasting rooms / wineries right there. Plus things like up in like St. Anne's Crossing, which I think is actually Zinfandel, so it doesn't count here. But there's a bunch in that area that you can go visit. So are there any in Sonoma that have Pinot Noir?
Are there any wineries? Okay, I see where you're going. San Giacomo.
Oh, San Giacomo Family Vineyards? They have Pinot Noir?
They've only been farming Pinot Noir and Chardonnay for
Really?
several decades.
Is there a good person to ask for when you go there?
His name, I think, is Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew
And if
Smith.
you were guessing, it's probably Andrew John Smith.
And is it really Andrew?
That's his
Johnson?
name.
Is it really?
That's his name.
What did they like? Okay, for the big book of Anglo-Saxon baby names. Okay, so
Long Island, Irish Catholic.
So San Giacomo asked for Andrew Smith up there, or any of the fine people that work at San Giacomo.
Any of
Family
the fine
Vineyards.
people.
That's a
that
great
work
spot.
there. Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Kristen Welsh too.
Oh, yeah,
She's
they do
a
go over
legend
there. They do
there.
go there.
Yeah.
So again, most of the wineries will have Pinot Noir, and Rhone varietals are very common here.
Okay.
Well, I should say very common. I say you can
Yeah.
find some. How about if I
You
say
can
that?
find some,
Okay, you're right. They're not common.
but we got to give like a little tip of the hat to the people producing Syrah. We got to give
Okay.
them some,
Oh, does like Corsi Grays have a Syrah?
like Corsi grapes.
Well, it just so
no,
happens.
I'm just
Corsi
saying, like,
Grays,
so, okay, so Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and Cabernet are like the most
the
marketable
big dogs. Yeah.
wines.
Right.
And then it becomes really hard as a business to make those like cool other wines. And Syrah
Right.
is very well known too, but it
Right.
just isn't. So you got to, when you have a winery and they're making Syrah or
You got to go try them out.
Tempranillo or, all these kind of
Right.
cool Sangiovese, like,
Try something new.
yeah.
Barolo. Ooh. Boom. That's what they got. You answered 12 out of 12 correctly.
Okay.
You're amazing.
That was 12 questions?
No, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The bollard. I didn't answer the bollard correctly.
I like that you printed out the bollard because
I'm really glad you did.
no,
'cause I was
because
like,
when the woman came up, she goes, "What are those green things in the
you
plaza?"
said green ponds.
Oh no, pawn.
P-A-W, pawn.
Pawn.
Yeah, you didn't put
Pawn.
on your Long
Like
Island
a
accent.
pawn, not a pond, but a pawn.
Pawn.
Like
Pawn.
like pawn to rook, whatever.
Yeah, got
Right.
it. Chess piece.
A chess piece. Well, now it makes more sense.
I was like,
do you want to do that question again?
it was like, I know the duck pond.
Yeah. Well, what are those green
Diction.
ponds?
Diction,
The
Tim.
green ponds are the duck ponds, which people have
I wonder
opinions
if anyone
about.
is going to still be listening at this point. My mom will.
Boy, I hope the Parks and Rec department isn't.